Hello, everyone. Hello. I am Joshua William Gelb, and welcome to the Theater in Quarantine here in my East Village apartment, where so many months ago now, when we first received the stay-at-home orders, I converted the closet behind me into a white box digital laboratory. It's Thursday, July 16th, and it's 9 o'clock here in New York City. And thank you all for joining me tonight for our monthly dance series, Closet Works. This is our second installment, but our first being presented by the Invisible Dog Arts Center, with additional support from Mamie Kanfer and Justin Stewart. Lucienne, thank you so much for the encouragement and for all your help getting this evening up and out to all of you. Closet Works Volume 3 will be back again on Tuesday, August 13th. But prior to that, Theater in Quarantine will be back on July 30th with a brand new adaptation of Stanislaw Lem's Star Diaries, which I created with my Hunger Artist cohorts, John Levin and Josh Luxembourg, and it's called The Seventh Voyage of Egon Tichy. Check it out. But tonight, have we got some wonderful pieces in store for you. Our artistic associate and resident movement director, Katie Rose McLaughlin, is premiering a new piece with text by Sanaz Ghajar, performed by myself and Veronica Jiao, called Open, Open, Open. Now we're following that up with an encore of Kaleidoscopetry, music by Nate Stevens and Nehemiah Luckett, with choreography by Katie Rose McLaughlin, of course. And finally, something special, we have a premiere from our guest choreographer, Raja Feather Kelly, called The Opera Lucy. Now, if you enjoyed the work, please consider subscribing to the channel. We've also got a link to the digital tip jar in the description below, which, if you're enjoying, please donate. We divide everything between all of the artists who are working on this piece tonight. Now, I want to thank all of our guests this week, and of course I want to thank you for joining me. After the performance, please stick around. As always, I will be here, except I will also be bringing in Katie Rose McLaughlin and Raja Feather Kelly, and we're going to be happy to answer any questions you'd like to throw in the comments section. Now, if you enjoyed tonight's performance, well, please come back not next week, 2 weeks from now for the seventh voyage of Egon Tichy. So let's get started. I'm going to take a brief 1-minute break so I can get into places. The evening is a little over 25 minutes long, so sit back and enjoy Closet Works.
Open, open, open. Walls. Look this way, a corner formed by lines meeting at one point. Look this way, vast expanse above. Look this way, descent as we imagine. Here, look to the camera. Hold. Keep holding. Close your eyes. Okay. We are walking outside. It's wet like rain, like an art show after party in the springtime when the showers appear and suddenly build romance and beauty into the evening, wet on our skin glistening as we run, holding hands, thrilled children down the subway station stairs. Catch it, you exult. Hold on, I holler. We swipe, slide through the turnstile as the doors close as we yell. Open, open, open.
Get my own little closet. Great, yeah, wonderful. Okay, so yeah, there's some, this is crazy! Okay, so there's something about, what did you just do? Oh yeah, so there's something about coming forward to be like, is there anything out there? And then that's when you can do your hand, and let's make them not even. Yeah, hand, and then push off, and then you turn around to look at this wall, and it's almost like when you look at the back wall, it's almost like you're looking at a piece of art. The thing that I've learned and feel most strongly about in terms of this work is the sense that building theater in New York has been broken for a long time, particularly as an independent artist. You spend more time fundraising and conceiving of grant language than you do in rehearsal, and it's very easy to lose sight of the work. And it's very easy to lose sight of that spirit of experimentation. And what's been really rewarding about the closet is being able to wake up and have a venue, have a space, have an actual practice that I'm able to engage in on a daily basis, and feel suddenly that I'm able to plumb the depths of a venue in a way I've never been able to before. Because you're always just, in and out of Tech Week, and then you move on to the next Black Box or the next proscenium, and it's really hard to engage with an architecture in a way that allows you to truly explore all of the possibilities. Hello, everyone. Hi. Thank you so much. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Uh, we've got a very special treat for you tonight. Usually, I just ramble uh, on these post-show talkbacks, but tonight we're trying to figure out how to bring in Katie Rose McLaughlin and Raja Feather Kelly, our choreographers for the evening. And I'm going to get to that and try and make that happen. In the meantime, if anyone wants to come up with some questions, please feel free to just put them in the comments section. And we're happy to talk about the process, what it means to make work remotely, about the project in general, or anything else you feel like asking. It's the 9 p.m. show, so it all goes. So here I go. Katie Rose thought it would be a really good idea to do this live and not try to hide it. So I'm going to log on to Skype right now and turn my Wi-Fi back on, and hopefully this works. We had some echoing problems in the earlier show. I'm going to try and turn my volume down as much as possible, but unfortunately, my audio monitor situation with OBS doesn't quite allow me to use headphones for some reason yet to be figured out. I'm sure it's an easy solution, we just don't know it yet. But in the meantime, it's coming. I'm getting them on Skype right now. I'm starting a meeting. Shoes are is that 11, Raja, you say, for shoes? I'm a 7.5, so I'm trying. I'm going to add Raja and Katie Rose. That's one. And this is the other. My eye's a little sticky. Got one of those MacBook Pro keyboards. Okay. Let's see if we can make this happen. All right, it sounds like we're getting them. Raja's joining us. Katie Rose has joined us. I'm just going to double check that Isadora is finding them. That looks good. That's one. And that's the other. Okay, here we go. So I think this is going to work. So thank you again. I'd love to welcome to the evening our choreographers, Katie Rose McLaughlin and Raja Feather Kelly. And here's the big reveal. Hello. I hope it worked. I don't know. We won't know for 20 seconds.
It's also great because Raja and I can't even see you. We don't know what's happening.
Why can't you see me? Have there been issues, or you stopped YouTube?
No, I stopped YouTube because otherwise then we're like in the past and the future at the same time, and that's a...
Yeah. How are you both doing? This is our second time chatting tonight.
Deja is real.
What was that, Raja?
Deja vu is real.
Perhaps. I am gonna now open up my scotch and pour myself a glass.
Yay! Cheers!
I'm excited to hear, what was it like the second time? What changed for you? But also, we should go over all of the other stuff about what it means to make work like this. First off,
well, first, I want to, real quick, I know you're going to do this yourself, but I want to thank Lucienne and the Invisible Dog and Mamie and Justin for bringing us all here, making it possible, and supporting us very much. Thank you. And I also really want to thank Raja for coming in and making work. I'm a huge fan of Raja's and have been for quite some time. Raja, I was trying to figure out how we first met, and I think that we met at like day one of Andrew Dinwiddie's book club.
Oh, that was true.
Which was also at the Invisible Dog.
Yep.
And yeah, I've just been following his work ever. Oh, sorry, Josh. What?
Nothing. You two are still synced up book-wise. You're reading the same book.
That's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
That was some kind of magic spell. We're always connected.
I just want to say to all the people in the world, obviously you know Raja is a genius, but go and check out his other work. Brilliant choreographer, off-Broadway, on Broadway, all the things. You have your own company that you like merge two companies.
Yes, that's true. So we're now just one company now. It was New Brooklyn Theater and the Feather Theory. Now we're just the Feather Theory, and it's great.
Great. I want to talk to you, Raja, just a little bit about what it was like making work in this space. Josh was like, you should talk about why you asked Raja to do this. And I was like, well, he's just one of my favorite choreographers. But also, I feel like you are a human who is quite good at making work with the people that you have and the surroundings that you're in, and that you get really inspired by that, which, you know, this closet has its limitations, but also I find it quite freeing as a choreographer to know that certain things you just can't do, but like the rest is up to your imagination. So I would love to hear a little bit from you about what you thought about it.
Yeah, I would like to imagine that the closet doesn't have limitations unless you want it to be something other than a closet. so if you just approach it for what it is, you know, it's a closet and it's painted white, and you know, it could be anything you want it to be. And so, yeah, I don't know if there was ever a moment in the process where me or Josh said like, darn, only if, you know, it were something else. It really just made itself in a lot of ways. I said this on the last one and I'll say it again. And Josh will talk about this too. I sort of grabbed a bunch of things from my like storage unit closet of like costumes and pieces, and like knocked on Josh's door and threw him a bag. And then from that, we just recreated what you saw tonight, a little epic opera.
And what's amazing is there's at least like a whole other bag of stuff that we didn't use. So clearly, if you ever just want to use the rest of the stuff, we should just do a new piece.
I feel like that's what my thing should be, which is like, maybe you just say, here are the two things that you're going to use this week, and go. And that would send me on a whole journey.
Yes. We have a question from... and I do apologize for the echo. Again, it's the entire mission, of course, of Theater in Quarantine is to not make Zoom plays, to make work that is attempting to evoke what we're used to in the theater. So full-bodied work that is designed. Unfortunately, what we are not skilled at is basic Zoom functionality. So we spend so much time getting away from Zoom that when actually all we need is Zoom, it's actually harder to come by. So apologies. I'm trying to keep my volume. It's my fault. I'm trying to keep my volume down as much as possible. If I could use headphones, I would. But we have a question from Leanne Arnold. Great video projection designer. How much of the projected content was live? And Katie Rose, do you want to answer that?
I would love to. So for the first piece, Open, we set out to make the projection live so that Veronica, the dancer in that piece, could be live and Josh could be live as well. The technology worked okay until we started adding all of the like camera spins and all the video effects. And then it just like got super bogged down, super glitchy. And we just sort of overloaded the system. So we ultimately decided that Veronica would record, and then Josh would obviously be live with it. Everything that's happening is happening in real time, except for Veronica's projection. But the benefit of that too is that I feel like Veronica's video ended up being so crisp and so clear, which it wasn't when it was over Skype. So I feel really happy about how it ended up happening, but a little sad that she couldn't come in and be live.
But Veronica is with us live right now. Hello, Veronica. Good to see you. I'm glad you tuned in for the second show. You were amazing. Although even Veronica was a little glitchy tonight. I was surprised to see that. I think it eased up eventually, but that first intro, which I was annoyed by, I think I left my Wi-Fi on from the Skype. So I tried turning it off mid-show, and I think it cleaned that up, but I think that's what it was. Which just goes to it's like the problem with this entire format. It's like the smallest thing, I have to literally turn off everything, go into terminal, do a ton of stuff just to get the most basic functionality. Sorry about your notification. Did Veronica leave?
No, Veronica. So the thing is, Josh, because you left your phone on Wi-Fi, not only did it make the video glitchy, but Veronica tagged you in an Instagram post in the middle of open, and it showed up. Like, we all saw it.
Oh no! It's not
It
the
only
worst thing
had-
that's happened here at Theater in Quarantine, but I had no idea. Veronica, well, thanks for tagging me.
It's all live.
I do think the worst thing that happened no, wait, actually, I guess we should probably say the TV falling on my head is the worst thing that's happened.
And you
But
having
I
to
still
go
hold that my ex-girlfriend calling me in the middle of the Beckett, texting 18 times, was maybe the most disruptive, in a way.
I feel like that's kind of great. It's hopefully not a story you can continue to tell all the time, but it's a fun one for now, in retrospect.
Exactly.
We're like, okay, sure, yeah, right.
But I mean, it's also what makes this live, right?
Yeah.
I hesitate to embrace all of the failures, the little failures, and I say failures endearingly. But, it is testament to the fact that we are not faking this. It is happening twice in my apartment. I don't know what my upstairs neighbor thinks of the confetti cannon every night.
I hope they enjoy it. I also love that, we were playing with for some time doing texting during the opera Lucy. So it's kind of amazing that it showed up at some way anyway with Veronica's notification.
So true. So true. And it's funny, actually, it's a very easy way to, we don't even need to shoot a video to do that. You could just text me throughout the whole piece.
I love getting these ideas. Worth making it something.
Yeah. Interactivity, right? Gretchen thought it was integral to the piece. Thank you, Gretchen. Also, I think we got a hello from Argentina, and I just want to say hello, Argentina.
Hello,
Thank you for joining us.
Argentina.
Yeah. Beckett, Ashley says Beckett approves. Beckett might. I don't know if his estate would. Wow. Katie Rose, are you there?
Yes, what?
Oh no, I just wanted to yield to you the floor. I have trouble
Oh.
hearing Katie Rose. Again, terrible setup. So I just wanted to, just in case you wanted to chime in.
Here I am. There was another question about, but
What?
were the projection shots live even if the content wasn't? And the answer to that is yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All of that was happening live.
Yeah, all the projection is live. Yeah. Yeah, everything was actually happening in the box. I have a projector set up. All the blinks, well, the blinks were done in OBS, and then, but that was timed with my lights and the projector to go back and forth. So that was all happening. Sorry you caught me scattering out of the box. You weren't supposed to see that. I tried.
Next time.
We could add another millisecond. I added like 0.05 milliseconds or something to the blinks right before the show to see if it would like be just enough. Apparently not.
Not quite enough.
Not quite enough. It's too bad.
Well, I know that that Raja has a lot of work to do tonight, which is so admirable. I feel like we were talking last time about Zoom fatigue. Ooh, sorry.
Oh, clearly. You're sorry? Why? Is someone chiming in?
Someone, I was being noisy for a second. You know, old houses. What was I saying? I have no idea.
Zoom fatigue.
Oh yeah, Raja doing more work tonight.
You're doing more work tonight, Raja?
Yeah. We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I said all I do is work. I'm not quite sure if I could do anything else. I'm not sure if I would be good at anything. I just work.
I get that. I do get that. We have another question from Ashley. Ashley, who's like, you know, a digital theater artist in her own right. Does the soundtrack work as a kind of click to know where you are in the visual landscape? It does. Actually, this is a sort of anomaly where I have no mic. I don't have a live mic for any of these pieces. So this one was much easier. Not only was the soundtrack giving me a sort of click, but I also had a version of it playing that had a bunch of different beeps and blips that would tell me when the camera's moving. So I knew, for instance, when those side cameras would pop up so I could make the confetti cannon go. But that's immensely more complicated as soon as I'm actually talking. And then I have to put everything in ear, and it's a whole different hellscape of recording. So this was nice. This was actually really easy. I didn't have to band-aid a Bodega AirPod into my ear this time. They're only $20.
Chapter of a book. Don't tell Anne Bogart. I think she'd like that. She's really incredible.
Leanne says, I have so many thoughts about simultaneously showing the frame and the magic within it. Not a question, but a ponder. That's true. I mean, I do too. It would be fun to have, if I had multiple cameras, it would be great to give the, like, backstage view simultaneous with the camera, you know, the performance view. Something that I tried once and ended up with 18 texts and don't do anymore. But that would be fun if I could figure out the way to restrict it and do the do not disturbs. Yeah, if I had more cameras, that would be possible. We try to do that on the back end, and sometimes I'll try and take as much backstage footage as possible. You saw some of it tonight. Uh, it's super strange. It's super strange making these rehearsing over Zoom. I mean, Raja and Katie Rose, how much Zoom rehearsal? I mean, Katie Rose, I know you've done a ton with here, but how much Zoom rehearsal have you done? How do you find it most effectual or effective? What's effectual?
I'm on Zoom today. I'm on Zoom for like 6 hours a day, if not more. And I mean, I don't know. I think it's just, I don't love Zoom, but it really is like there's really not another option. So it just has to be, you have to deal with it. I don't know. It's just kind of like it's the only means for which we're able to communicate and connect. So you just kind of take a break. But I mean, it's like, for this, it's particularly, you're seeing what you're creating right away. So in that way, there's that. You're like, you're watching, you see the frame and you're watching it immediately, where I guess versus some other thing, you're sort of like waiting until tech, and then you're waiting until the show, and this you're kind of seeing all at the same time, and that feels like, a chia pet for theater.
I'm gonna excerpt that, and you're getting quoted for that. It's like a chia.
That's amazing. Well, we had a funny day when we were working on the last piece, where one of our collaborators was like, "So when does tech happen?" And we were like, "Oh no, every day is tech. Like every day we will spend just as much time like programming what needs to happen so that we can actually in real time watch it and see if it's working and change it if we need to." Which is cool because then you can like tie everything together where you can be like, okay, Josh, we need to like make this arm last a little bit longer because we actually like how long the frame's rotating. So like you have to make sure that you time your physicality to it, which I found really satisfying to just like, because tech is awesome, but sometimes it's so hard when tech takes so long to get to. So that's, yeah. So this has been like so thrilling.
I also appreciated, Raja, what you said earlier today about language and how like the differences of the process, it becomes so much more language centric, how we talk to each other versus how we're able to, physically embody it.
Yeah, I mean, I love language so much, and I prefer to offer language to those that I'm working with because it allows you to also be an author and not, a mimic, a mime in some ways. Like, I like to see you interpret, and then I can direct your interpretations. That's sort of like how I feel as a choreographer and also as a director, but as in making movement, it's like, here's the idea, let me see you interpret that idea, and then I can direct that idea into shape versus, if I were to show you something and then you were to try to copy me, I would spend a lot more time just getting you to look like me doing it versus getting it to look like you doing it and being excited by that.
Leanne, I'm seeing all your comments. Yeah, I'm seeing they're all brilliant. Everyone can see them. We're going to be talking to Leanne at the Wing Space on the, oh gosh, correct me on the date, Leanne. I'm sure you're still there. The 23rd? Is that right? Is that next week? We're going to be talking to you about making digital theater with a bunch of really cool artists and academics and people doing the work. So we'll be there and we will talk to you. And because You know, I don't know if the echo of the post-discussion sounds like the edges of watercolor painting. It may indeed. That's a very artful way of putting it, but it is. It would be nice if you could just hear us. What is every now and then?
Josh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Raja tap out.
Beautiful. That's a great idea.
Raja, thank you
Raja.
so much for your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to do it, Katie Rose and Josh. It was really a pleasure. It was wonderful to watch a second time. I definitely, perhaps for the first time during this time, felt the giddiness of performing that I like to performing and making that I like to do live. So that's a pleasure that I will certainly hold a place in my heart for. So thank you both, and thank you, Lucienne, and thank you everyone who's watching, and thank you for your comments as well, everybody.
Well, thank you, Raja. Have a great night.
Thank you, Raja.
You talk soon.
Bye. See, and now you all see the deep failure of my system, because now there's a random border. This is where I'm not Zoom or FaceTime.
I think that's fine.
It's okay. No, it's totally fine. It's just, it'd be nice if these platforms could be more compatible to a 13-inch MacBook Pro trying to do live stream theater. That'd be nice. But we got a lot of comments suddenly. Wow. Gotta love the comment section.
Oh.
KR.
Yeah.
What?
I was seeing Colin. Hi, Colin.
Colin. Oh.
Sorry.
Wonderful.
What were you gonna ask?
Oh, I was just gonna ask, what's been... Well, no, we've kind of talked about the challenges of this week, technology-wise. What are you excited to play with next?
You know, I'm really excited to get back to simplicity. So one of the things that Josh and I ran into was like, should we do another piece? Should we do corners again? Which was sort of like the first, I think it was actually the first dance piece, like full, not just a study, but like a piece that I made with music by Alex Weston. And I just like that piece is still like so like means so much to me, and I want to make some more pieces that just feature you moving in this space. I'm excited by the fact that we've made so many like leaps and bounds with the technology, which I think actually will just make your life a little bit easier in terms of programming. So that if we go back to a simpler sort of style, I guess, if you would say, that we'll be able to actually like play with so many more things. Yeah, so that's something I'm really
you're right there.
What?
I think nothing. I just agree, and I think it's funny. I think this was one of the first weeks where I felt more like a designer than a programmer. I wasn't fighting with technology so much as I was just like, oh, I just have to program this. I have to like make this show with you. Whereas I feel like earlier weeks I would just like grit my teeth for days trying to like battle bandwidth and resolution. Whereas like actually I think I trust that's about to change. Everything's about to change in 2 days, but it might have changed already. Remember, I got a package a couple hours ago.
Oh yeah.
So we don't know. But everything, my whole system is about to change, and I'm very excited. There may be more RAM. We may be able to get liveness projected into the box. But you know, uh, it's exciting to like feel like, okay, we're actually playing within the parameters of the technology. We just have to deal with the actual
Totally.
making of the thing.
Well, and also like
By the way,
super.
you're like beautifully framed right now. I love everything about what you're doing.
Um, yeah, I'm coming from an undisclosed location in the home. I just like found this great like empty wall. Oh, but I also on that technology note just wanted to like shout out to Theater v.2 for a lot of the technology, specifically for letting us have the projector for as long as we got it, so that we could make sure that we could get Veronica in the closet, which was really exciting.
We'll have access to projectors. There'll be, this projector will go, but we will get other projectors. It'll happen. People are saying thanks. The evening was inspiring and uplifting. Oh, that's from Colin. Oh, Ryan Frank. Hi, Ryan. It's good to see you again. Leanne says, more RAM. Be still my heart. Exactly. Tell me about it. We shall see. We shall cross our fingers that it works out. Shall we wrap this up, you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
Josh,
well, let me say a few things, unless you have anything to add.
Oh no, I wanted to ask you how this week was different. I was excited that I got to talk a little and Raja got to talk. But I would love to hear from you just a little bit before we wrap it up.
Oh boy. Gosh. I mean, I feel like this week for me was clearly a bit of a whirlwind, right? 2 weeks ago, if you were 2 weeks ago, yeah, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, if you were
what is time?
Here, you did not see a show because I was in the hospital. So then. A week ago today, we did a remount of Hypochondriac. Television fell on my head. I'm fine, but that's why my hair won't comb down. But yeah. So anyway, we really did so much of this week's show in a week or so. So it was a real exhausting process on my end. And yet, at the same time, it was so exciting. I feel like this is the first time I've been feeling. Well, let me like reorient this idea, which is it's really strange feeling like this entire project is starting to formalize itself and starting to become something more than just me in my closet, more than just me at my computer. There's people, there's incredible guest artists, and we're talking not just Raja, but also Sanaz Ghajar and Veronica Jiao, amazing performers and writers. Katie Rose, of course, you're always with us. But this was the first week I felt, and it's probably thanks to you, and of course Lucienne, and the Invisible Dog, with additional support from Mamie, Kanfer, and Justin Stewart. That's right, I got there. But a feeling of this becoming more than just a closet, and that is both extraordinarily scary and frustrating at times, because it remains to me just my closet. It remains something I just pace by on my way to my living room. But it's also very exciting and scary, and I'm really happy with the work that we're doing, and it's and I look forward to doing so much more.
Yeah.
But it's I think we've talked about this before. I feel like we've always joked about making a company, and I've always been extraordinarily resistant about it. And yet somehow, with the pandemic, we seem to have made one in a record time, and that's really bizarre to me. But nonetheless, it seems like what has happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's where I am this week.
That's great. That's good.
Yeah. And in 2 weeks, not next week, in 2 weeks, we are gonna find the right language for this. I swear, it's hard. I don't know exactly how to talk about bi-weekly, every other Thursday.
Yeah, I feel like you can say like Closet Works is a monthly series.
I like
and
that.
but then it's like every month we do a piece of theater too, which actually means that every 2 weeks a performance happens.
Right. Yeah.
You're right. We need better language.
Every 2 weeks. Every other Thursday we are here. It's just once a month is Closet Works.
Yeah.
And then the other Thursday is a theater piece. Speaking of, bi-monthly. Is that right, Leanne? Leanne says bi-monthly, but I don't know. And Sally says my closet is like a space pod. Which, Sally, is a perfect segue to what I was about to say, which is you should all come and check this out in 2 weeks, which is July 30th, I believe so, when we'll be back Thursday, July 30th with the 7th voyage of Egon Tichy. It's an adaptation of a Stanislaw Lem short story. Stanislaw Lem wrote Solaris, but this one is absolutely hilarious. It is a slapstick farce, time travel, space adventure featuring me and like a dozen other versions of me. So, it's going to be really exciting. I'm making it with John Levin, Josh Luxembourg, the Sinking Ship crew, who also made a Hunger Artist of Connolly, if you saw that. And among some amazing designers as well, Florian Staub, Peggy Wong, Jesse Garrison. So come back in 2 weeks for that. And then 2 weeks after that, we're going to be back with Closet Works. And Katie Rose, we've got plans to make.
Yeah.
I said we've got plans to make.
But there will be some premieres. It'll be exciting.
Yeah, and we have to decide what we'll bring back. That's the big question.
Yeah.
It's going to be kaleidoscopetry again, isn't it?
Or corners, just the two of those every month.
Yeah, probably. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Katie Rose. Thank you, of course, Raja Feather-Kelly. Thank you, Sanaz. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Lucienne and the Invisible Dog. Thank you, Mamie Kanfer. Thank you, Justin Stewart. It's insane to make work right now and continues to feel weird and insane, but I'm so thrilled that you're all checking it out. I'm thrilled that you are here to keep working with me, Katie Rose, and I'm just so thankful for the support from the Invisible Dog. So thank you all. We'll see you hopefully in 2 weeks, hopefully 2 weeks after that, and who knows how long this will last. That being said, even when it's over, I have a feeling we'll still be here in the closet. I am Joshua William Gelb, and this has been Theater in Quarantine. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here are some bird sounds.